guys to the Living the Empowered Life channel. This channel is all about bringing you content that's empowering, encouraging and motivating. On this channel I share tips and things to help you to live an empowered life. I also share with you places that I go, places of interest in case you want to check them out. And also I do book reviews on this channel and share books with you that I feel maybe will inspire you to live an empowered life. So if this is the type of content you're looking for, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified of any new uploads. And if you do like the content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So today is a book review, and the book that I want to share with you is by Barbara Cocoran called Shark Tales: How I Turned $1,000 into a $1 billion business. I decided actually to get this book because I kept seeing things about her come up on my Instagram feed. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me at Yemi Empowerment, YEME_empowerment for inspirational, motivational content if you're on Instagram. But basically her stuff would come up on my feed and I decided to check out her books. So I found her book Shark Tales on eBay. Now it was going for about £10 on Amazon. I decided to check eBay and I ended up getting this book for £3.79 on eBay. It came in really good condition and I was really pleased with it. This book is about Barbara Cocoran's journey to building her business. Now for those of you over in the US, you probably know her face very well because she is on the program called Shark Tank, which is I think like a UK equivalent of Dragon's Den. So basically you have a panel of investors who have a certain amount of money they want to invest in people's ideas and businesses, and then the entrepreneur comes before them, does their pitch, answers questions, and if the any of the panel are interested, they make them an offer or tell them that they're interested in a stake in their company. So that's where she's at the moment, but her journey started way before that. Now, one of the things that I really liked as you start to get into read the first chapter of the book, well, before you get to the first chapter, is this cute little illustration of Barbara's family. And basically Barbara is one of 10 children and they grew up in a poor small town. But from reading the book and her interactions with her family, they were never short of fun. They never really felt that they lacked anything. Obviously they had to share clothes, hand-me-downs, share mattresses and different things like that. But you didn't get a sense of real hardship in their family, even though you could kind of sense in some places that's how things were. So Barbara's story really starts when she was a waitress in her teens in this little small town. She struggled to stand out, obviously, and there was another waitress there who always stood out because she had boobs and blonde hair. And her mother said to her, there is more than one way to skin a cat, use the things that you have to stand out. So Barbara's thing is that she was very personable, she was very good with people, customers really gravitated towards her. There was that single thing about her that made her stand out, which is again another lesson, because sometimes people think you need appearance to stand out, but actually it's the quality of what comes out of you and how you are as a person that can make you stand out more. And that is how Barbara met her first boyfriend, who was a bit older than her actually, and she was worried about how her parents would feel about this older boyfriend. She didn't think that they would approve, and they didn't. But basically, he was quite worldly, he was traveling and stuff, and he said to her, let's become a couple and let's move and let's build a business together and all this type of stuff. Anyway, her mother didn't agree with it, but said to her, she had to make her own decision. She'd been like 17, I think at the time, 18. And she decided to move out of her home and, start this new life with this boyfriend. And basically he gave her this money, $1,000, to put into a business. So they decided they were going to build a real estate business, and that is what the $1,000 was used for. So along down the line, things happened. They built this business from scratch. It was very small. They had to kind of get their first lease, but Barbara didn't have a problem with that. And as you go through Barbara's story, you will see with her that she's somebody who is able to adapt and be flexible to any situation. If she doesn't know how to do something, she'll find out how to do it and then she will do it. They built this business, comes to find out that this older boyfriend, and at this time they were living together, and she was like a kind of step parent as well to this man's child. Come to find out that he was having an affair, I think it was with the secretary or somebody within the office, and she found out, and rather than deny it or, you know, say it wasn't true, he basically told her that this is the person that he wanted to be with. And it was really cruel, actually, because she lived with him and everything else, and she was down about it for a while, but she decided, you know, I'm going to move on from this. She kept the name or kept the money or something like that. He kept the business, and she decided to take the money and set up real estate somewhere else, and that's what she did. As Barbara was entering into the early 80s, she started to build her real estate business. Now, there was a lot of things that she didn't know, and she had to start from scratch again. But one thing about Barbara, when you read her story, is that she's got a very big imagination and she's got a very big vision. And the thing about it is that she wasn't afraid to take steps or do things to reach that vision. What I got from her story is that she did a lot of things in small steps. Sometimes she pushed herself out, really outside of her comfort zone, and did things, you know, just hoping that they would work out. And it did for a lot of the time. You know, she's a very brave woman. One of the things that was really interesting to read is her interactions with Donald Trump, and him being a real estate investor, and their interactions during that period, which was quite interesting to read. One of the things that happened during the early 80s is that she ran out of money with her business, but rather than sink into depression and quit, you know, she spoke to her mum, as she always did throughout any challenges in her life, thought about life lessons that were from her childhood, and then got inspiration from those life lessons, got inspiration from what her mum shared with her, and then she would find a way or have an idea to do something. So when her company was about to go bust, didn't have any money, she decided that she would approach real estate investors who had a block of flats that they couldn't sell. She found out that this was their situation. She said to them, you know, give the flats to me, I will sell them for you, and if I do that, then I'll get some commission for my part in the sale. And that's what she did. You know, she used really kind of imaginative marketing to sell these flats, and she kind of spun it as a thing like, you'll be crazy to miss out on these flats, these are the hottest things since, you know, I don't know, sliced bread. And basically she sold every single flat that they couldn't sell in a number of years, and that's how she was able to get the money to build her business. Also as well, another thing that she did, because she was new to this real estate game, she didn't have a reputation that anybody could trust as yet, because she was quite new, and she decided that she would create her own newsletter about their real estate business and the properties and everything else. She had seen a successful company do it, and because she didn't have the money for marketing or advertising in this particular publication, she decided to give it a go herself, and that is what she did. She set up this magazine, and over time it became a publication that people were interested in, the real estate industry were interested in reading. You know, she started to build a reputation and build a name for herself that way. So even though I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business person, and that was one of my main motivations to get this book, to find out how this successful woman built her business. This book can be read by anybody that is seeking motivation in life. There's many life lessons that she shares in here, many nuggets of wisdom from her mum, from her dad, from her observations of life, that can help you in any situation or different situations that you may experience in life. She is a woman who is principled. She is somebody that is very careful in the things that she does, but she's not afraid to take risks. And I think in life, one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is taking risks, is wondering, you know, if I do this or comes outside my comfort zone, what will happen? I think this book is a very good book for those of you who may be thinking about taking risks and coming out your comfort zone, to see what different things look like when you step out of it. What you will get from this book is seeing somebody who knows how to adapt and move very quickly in different situations, somebody who has a clear vision and purpose of where they want to go. You will also get a really realistic picture of somebody who has maybe had down times and different challenges in life, but who rises above it as well. When she eventually sold her business for $40 billion, she said one day she went to the cash point just to get a balance. And when she saw the money in her account, she said she nearly fainted. She couldn't believe that that amount of money was in her account. And she printed off the slip and she went and called her mother, as she would, because as I said, throughout this book, her relationship with her mother is very key to the woman that she is today. And another thing that was really striking is that she said that even though she got all this money after all her years of building her business, she built that real estate business. It took her 20 years to build her business. She said she felt a bit lost once she sold it. She felt a bit, it wasn't like she thought it would feel once she sold the business. Even though there were times during her journey she thought, oh, if I could just sell the business and move on and stuff. When the day actually came, she felt a little bit depressed. She felt a bit down, a bit, what do I do with my life now? And that is where her journey as well started to Shark Tank. Because what she did was then think, okay, I've got all this knowledge and experience, I want to share it with people. And she ended up getting like guest slots on like CBS News and different places when they had like real estate segments, giving kind of like real estate advice and problem solving and things like that. And then from that, she decided to audition when she saw that they were doing this program Shark Tank. And she's been on it for a number of years now. But yeah, I just wanted to share this book with you. It's a very good book. It's 24 chapters long, but all of the chapters are relevant. All of them have life lessons and things that you can take from them. It's a real inspirational book. The font is a little bit small, but it's not horrible small. Sometimes when you read books and they've got a small font like this and it's in a really harsh font, it makes it very dense and very hard to read. I thought the font was okay. It could have been a bit bigger, but I was able to read it fine. That's just my personal preference. And then what I really loved at the end of the book is that she shared what happened to all the different people that were mentioned in the book. So she mentioned about what happened to her mum and dad. She talked about retiring them to Florida. She shared about the ex-boyfriend, how, he's now happily married with 3 children. And I'm not going to spoil the rest for you about the different people in the book, but it is definitely worth a read. So do check out this book for yourself. If you're an entrepreneur or want some inspiration in life, this is definitely a good read. I will leave a link to the book below and let me know your thoughts if you've read this book. Until the next video, take care.